All right. Left, middle, right. This is, I just love this little segment. We've got two headlines. The headlines in politics. Real estate entrepreneurs and agents need to know. Nicole, what are they?
Ready?
Yeah.
Biden officials see a second chance to promote last year's infrastructure law with projects underway. This is from CNN.
Yeah, and so most of the money in this infrastructure law is actually going to start being handed out now. Okay, so this fall, nearly a year after this bill was passed, and of course, it's just in time for midterm elections.
It always is.
Timing there.
Gas prices come down. And
yeah, but great for everybody.
Yes.
So the point is, a lot of this money is going to be doled out. Well, there are over 5,300 infrastructure projects getting underway across the country. So every state, there's multiple like local congressmen and women, and people that are going to be. Biden's going to be all over this week, telling everybody about all these projects and meeting with local officials and telling everybody. They're talking in the article here about some of the terminals at LAX. I'll be there in a couple months. I don't know. Maybe I'll see the improvement by then. Maybe not. Chattanooga, there's a rail yard. There's all these different examples. One thing is some of them, like I don't know if terminals at LAX are really going to impact anybody. Maybe not. It's more of the traffic that they need there.
Right.
I don't think, unless Elon fixes that problem, I don't think our government will. But if there's a project, like Chattanooga's a very small little town in Tennessee, small city, I'd say. Shout out to Doug Edrington and the Edrington team over there. If there's something that is really great that's happening, I want to cover that, right? If there is an infrastructure project that's going to make a great impact, I want to know about it, I want to cover it, and I want to use it to my advantage to educate the community, educate home shoppers coming in. So there's 5,300 projects. Some of these, I don't know, we'll see. Some of these could be right in your local market. I would know about it, and if it is, I would do content on it. By the way, did you see Cassie's reel with the team today? So
I did see the bagels.
We're doing a little love your local type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same two faces all the time.
They're literally, well, you can be in one, Nicole.
Yeah.
I hate when you complain about something that you can actually jump in and put your face in.
Okie doke.
It's like, So I think it was Chaz, of course, and
Greg.
Mm-hmm. So this is the simplest. We should just link this up, Bobby. This little reel is so amazing, and some people might say,
I love hearing her voice too.
Her voice is amazing.
I love it.
The voiceover. So our social media director, a little off topic here, but I think this is valuable. Social media director does the voiceover. So if you ever watch TikTok or Reel, you see these little tours of places, and then there's this great voiceover. That's what she's doing. And so this is just off of the cell phone with a voiceover in the app. It got posted 3 or 4 hours ago. It's got over 14,000 views on Instagram Reels. I don't know, almost 400 hearts, a bunch of comments.
Good old Deke, too. We love him.
And it's just promoting a local business. These are the kind of things, like when I'm talking about the infrastructure, what is it where in your community that maybe you can go down to the site that they're fixing up or whatever's going to happen if it's the rail yard in Chattanooga, and take it with your phone and do a voiceover and just give a little update that could reach 15,000 people in your community like that. It literally, Bobby said this video, because he was in the office last Friday, happened. They were like, hey, we're going to go get lunch.
I saw you in a...
Or go get...
spur of the moment thing.
Get breakfast or whatever they were doing. And Cassie's like, I'm just going to follow you guys and we'll just get some content. That's how easy some of this stuff is. Just take the action, get the content, get it going. And if it is the same two faces, well, then they're going to get the glory.
They are. All right, ready for the CNBC?
Yeah, I'm ready.
59% of Americans worry student loan forgiveness will make inflation worse.
Yeah, so I don't know if it will or it won't. It depends on how much is actually canceled. If you canceled all the debt, it certainly could, because that's going to put a whole bunch of money into the system that people don't owe anymore. So some borrowers say they would not change their spending habits if their college debt or a portion of it is canceled. So it's like, I'm spending X, I'm just going to keep spending X. It really has no impact on my life. Respondents were mixed on whether student loan debt should be forgiven. Obviously, that is very debatable. Currently, about 44 million borrowers owe a collective $1.7 trillion in federal student loan debt. If that much got forgiven, here's my point. How many more homeowners do you think you would have? People that have student loan debt are typically renting right now.
Yep.
A lot of them.
Right, or living in their parents' basement.
or that's potential.
Yeah.
And they maybe want to get out. Mom
Or
wants
again, they
them
can't
out.
afford to buy what they need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge, especially, I mean, even like doctors have problems too. I mean,
Yeah.
not that you're going to forgive but even doctors, we run into having problems all the time being able to afford, not even necessarily afford it, but being qualified to purchase a home. Yes.
There was some thought that if you were getting a medical degree, then it would be forgiven. But if you just have some like BS degree, then it wouldn't be forgiven because, we need
What are you
doctors. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that was just floated out there. Many borrowers are hoping the education department will extend the break, meaning like you don't have to pay right now, or there's some kind of pause. It's been a 2-year pause on federal student loan debt. So that's coming up on August 31st. And that they'll also announce up to $10,000 loan forgiveness. Biden, of course, has said that he doesn't want to do the $50,000 forgiveness. If they do the $10,000, point is, I would be targeting that millennial generation that has a bunch of, like, especially the older millennials that has a bunch of student loan debt. And if they get $10,000 and maybe that actually impacts, maybe somebody, to your point, didn't qualify for the $450,000 house and they're like, I'm going to keep renting. Well, maybe that $10,000 now puts them, so just use it as a way to stay in touch with people. This is an article that you could even send to people in your database that are in that situation where student loan debt is actually holding them back. Now, this is definitely a like cross your fingers and hope it happens and it's a miracle dropping out of the sky. But if it does happen, you can jump in and help some people become homeowners. That debt actually gives you an asset. This debt gives you a chance at a job, and we know how that works out by now. Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.